Lions sleep 20 hours a day. And before you say that sounds like laziness, I need you to hear me out. Because once you understand why they do it, you are going to look at your own life completely differently. Let me start with something most people get wrong. We think the lion is the most dangerous because it is always moving, always hunting, always aggressive. We picture it roaring, chasing, dominating everything around it. But that is not true at all. The lion is the most dangerous animal in Africa because it knows exactly when to do nothing. And that is the thing nobody ever talks about. In the wild, a lion rests between 16 and 20 hours every single day. That is not a typo. 20 hours. They lie in the shade. They close their eyes. They do not move. And while they are doing that, every zebra, every wildebeest, every other animal around them is burning energy, just trying to survive the heat of the day. The African savanna gets brutal, temperatures that would make you feel like you are melting, and the animals that keep moving through that heat are draining themselves fast. But the lion is not burning anything. It is saving everything. While everyone else is exhausted, the lion is fully charged. Now here's the part that most people do not know. Lions do not eat every day. They hunt every 2 to 4 days. Sometimes they go a whole week without food. So after a big kill, after eating an enormous amount of meat, their body has a serious job to do. Breaking down that much protein takes real energy, so they rest even more. The body is working hard on the inside even when nothing is happening on the outside. And the lion just trusts that process completely. It does not panic. It does not second guess itself. It does not look around, wondering if it should be doing more. It just rests, and it waits. So here's where it gets interesting. When the lion finally decides to hunt, it does not chase its prey for miles. It does not grind for hours hoping something works out. The actual sprint, the kill, lasts between 20 and 100 meters. That is it. A few seconds of pure explosion. And that explosion is only possible because the lion spent 20 hours doing absolutely nothing. All of that rest was not wasted time. It was the preparation. The hunt is just the payoff. Now think about that in human terms for a second. We live in a world that tells you to grind. Wake up at 5 a.m., hustle harder, sleep when you are dead, busy is good, rest is weak, and so people push through exhaustion. They work 12-hour days feeling half alive. They scroll their phone at 2 a.m. telling themselves they are still being productive. They drink their fourth coffee just to keep their eyes open. And then they wonder why nothing they do feels powerful. Why does their best effort still feel like it is not enough? Why they keep working harder but feel like they are going nowhere? Do the lion would look at that and think you are insane? Here's what science actually says about the human brain. It cannot work at full power for hours and hours without a break. It works in cycles, about 90 minutes of real focus, and then it needs to recover. That is not a suggestion. That is not a lifestyle choice. That is how the brain is literally wired. When you ignore that signal and keep pushing, you are not being more productive. You are running on empty and calling it hustle. You are a lion trying to sprint when it has not rested in 3 days. The prey is going to get away. Every single time. But it goes even deeper than just rest. There is something else the lion is doing during those 20 hours that most people completely miss. It is watching, it is waiting. While it looks like it is doing nothing, it is actually paying attention to everything around it. The direction of the wind, the movement of the herd, which animal in the group is slower today, which direction they are heading, the right moment to move. The lion is not checked out, it is locked in. It is just locked in quietly. And there is a massive difference between those two things. It is not impatient, it is not anxious, it is not comparing itself to the cheetah that just caught something. It is not stressed because the hyenas are eating while it is still lying down. It is just waiting for its moment with complete confidence that the moment will come. It has done this before. It knows how this works. And that right there is the psychological part that hits hardest. Humans are absolutely terrible at waiting. We have anxiety about the future. We feel guilty when we rest. We see other people moving and we panic that we are being left behind. We see someone else winning and suddenly we feel like we are losing. Social media turned this into a full-blown crisis. Everyone is showing you their wins, their early mornings, their grind, their highlight reel. And so you feel like if you are not grinding too, then you are losing. You feel like rest is a punishment. Like sitting still means falling behind. Like the world is moving and you are standing still and everyone is watching. But here's the truth. The lion does not care what the cheetah is doing. It does not care what the wild dogs caught this morning. It knows what it is built for. It knows its own body, it knows its moment is coming, and it protects its energy like its life depends on it. Because it literally does. Every bit of energy it wastes during the day is energy it cannot use when the moment finally arrives. Psychologists call this deliberate rest. It is not the kind of rest where you collapse on the couch because you have absolutely nothing left. That is not rest. That is your body shutting down because you ignored every signal it gave you. Deliberate rest is the kind of rest you choose on purpose. Before you are empty, because you know what you are building toward. You are not resting because you gave up. You are resting because you recognize the sprint is coming and want to be ready for it. Athletes who sleep 9 to 10 hours consistently outperform athletes who sleep 6, not slightly, significantly, faster reaction times, better decisions under pressure, higher accuracy when it counts most. The research is overwhelming and it all points to the same thing. Rest is not the enemy of performance. Rest is the engine of it. The best writers and creatives say their biggest ideas do not come at the desk when they are forcing it. They come in the shower, on a walk, right when they wake up from a good night of sleep. Because the brain was quietly working on the problem during the rest, it just needed silence and space to do it. You cannot force a breakthrough, you can only create the right conditions for one. The lion already knows all of this. It figured it out millions of years before we had psychology studies, productivity books, and TED Talks about burnout. And there is one more thing I want you to notice about the lion. When it does move, when it finally decides this is the moment, it is not hesitant. It is not half committed. It does not jog toward the prey and give up halfway. It goes with everything it has, zero hesitation, total commitment. Because it has been resting, watching, waiting, and now it knows with certainty that this is the moment. That level of certainty and power only comes from that level of preparation. So the next time you feel guilty for resting, I want you to remember this. The most feared predator on Earth spends 20 hours a day doing nothing so that when its moment comes, nothing can stop it. You are not lazy for resting. You are not falling behind. You are loading up. The question is whether you are resting with intention, like the lion, or just collapsing because you already ran yourself into the ground. Rest is not the opposite of performance. For the lion, rest is the reason performance is even possible. The 20 hours of stillness are what make the 20-meter sprint absolutely devastating. And maybe it is time we started thinking about our own lives the same way. Less grinding, more patience, more trust in your own timing, and when your moment finally comes, you give it everything you have.